I am Özkan and this is the snake game I have built. And in this game, before everything else, I initialized my board and the snake. Board and snake are arrays, and board is an array of blocks, snake is an array of points. Point struct has two integer values in it, and these values tells us about the location of each cell of the snake, and the block struct tells us about the type of each cell, each element of the board array. And this type can be an obstacle, can be an empty cell or a bait cell. And this is the function when I use to initialize the board. What it does is to basically allocate required memory for the array and then randomly choose locations for baits and obstacle. And then I draw the board using this function. This function checks if in the selected location, there is a snake part or not. If there is, it prints the part of the snake. If there is not, it continues with printing the board. And what move function does is to obviously move the snake. And there is a check status function. We call that function each time after we call the move function. What this function does is to check if the snake's head collapsed with the wall, or if it's collapsed with an obstacle which has a larger value than its own length, or if its head touched its tail. And as you can see, when snake ate baits, its tail grows. We do that with the update function. This function checks whether the snake ate bait or not. If it did, it reallocates memory for the snake array and then updates the coordinates of the body of it. If it didn't, it again updates the coordinates, and it also checks for the number of obstacles in the board in each 5 movement. If there are less than 3 obstacles, it adds one more. As you can see, if snake collides with an obstacle which is less than its own length, nothing happens, and when snake touches its own body, the game finishes. And another condition is when the snake wants to move towards its tail. As you can see, this movement is ignored by the move function. And also there is one more condition here in that part. If the additional obstacles location is randomly chosen, then it is same with the one of the current obstacles. Their values are summed, but obviously it is a really rare condition, so I'm not able to show that right now. Also, there is one more function that I use, which is free memory function. What it does is to basically free the pointers, and this is my play function. I call the previous functions I've told you about in an order to make the game efficient, and this is my main function. So this is all about the game. Thank you for watching.